only just discovered recently that knowing about what you're teaching us and doing it were two different things. So, yeah. So I've been doing it a lot more. Oh yeah, I know about law of attraction. Here, I can explain it too. But then I realized I wasn't doing it. So I've been starting to do it and really pay attention.
Well, the good news is law of attraction does it to you. It's not like you can say, I think I'll just turn law of attraction off for a while.
Just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean it doesn't
Get what you
exist,
think about,
right?
Whether you want it or not.
Where was I going with that? Oh, contrast. So I'm learning to love contrast. Like, it's so soothing to realize, oh, this is just not where I want to be.
Well, when you think about it, we like knowing that you're there. We want to just add something that will emphasize it even more. You know how satisfying a wonderful solution is, or a wonderful idea, or a great answer to something. Well, there can be no great solutions or answers if there isn't a great question. And so life is about creating the question which sets the desire in motion, so that you can then align with the desire, so that you can feel the satisfaction of having done that. Now, to some that feels a little futile. Oh, so I make a problem so I can solve it. Is that what you're saying, Abraham? Yes, that's what we're saying. Life causes you to come up with new questions and new desires. And once you get the rhythm of this, then you get the fun of all the cooperative components playing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was playing really well last month. I'm in sales, and I had the best month I've ever had in 10 years because I was in the vortex, and I brought other people in the vortex, and their lives are changing, and it was fun. So my question about that is, I was in my vortex, and I created things that I know I created. People that came in, and I sold to them because I was supposed to. But other people in my environment didn't like that. So how do you maintain your vortex? And because I'm very empathic.
This is what we were talking about earlier. You are a wonderful representative of what we were just saying about most people, that if you care about how they feel rather than about your satisfaction factor, then you get all out of whack. Because first of all, they're fickle. They want different things from you. They're not very consistent about what they're asking from you, so there's no consistency. But most important, you cannot modify your behavior enough to give them satisfaction. Hear this. Satisfaction is our favorite new term to help you to feel the getting ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. And satisfaction is our favorite new term to help you understand what living happily ever after is. So satisfaction cannot occur unless you are holding the desire that you are allowing. That is the only place that satisfaction will come. Therefore, nothing that you could do behavior-wise could ever really give anybody else satisfaction. You could appease them maybe. You could maybe make their life not so terrible. If their back aches, you could maybe rub it. But you cannot provide satisfaction for anyone else. But you could teach the clarity of your example. You could demonstrate that you don't get down no matter what, that you feel good no matter how the sales look. You could demonstrate that it always turns out right for you, so you just enjoy yourself along the way. You can demonstrate a stress-free life because you're not counting on your action to make things happen. You could demonstrate a stress-free life because you're not trying to use action to compensate for energy that you didn't flow. You can demonstrate you're living happily ever after, and some of them might say, what's with you? Why is it all turning out good for you? And you say, I don't want to seem trite, and I don't want to seem like I don't see this as a serious question, but I just don't worry about it as much as you do. Somehow along the way, I found some trust. And yes, maybe once a sale went through, I trusted a little more. And maybe once another sale went through, I trusted a little more. So I got the pump primed, and now I expect it to come, and so it just keeps coming. There might be some of that. But I really have to say that there was a time the sales weren't coming. And I primed the pump by knowing that they would come and feeling good about that even before they came. I found a way of feeling good anyway. That's what you want to explain to them. I felt good anyway. I felt good anyway. I never let what had happened let me down. Somehow I was able to separate what has happened, which is old news, to what's happening, which is now news. And I'm not interested in the old news, the old trophies, the old statistics, the old stuff. I'm only interested in now. How good can I feel now? What thoughts can I feel now? So I can think, oh, this is a slow month. That doesn't feel good. Or I can think, things are picking up. That feels better. Or I can think, I'm not good at this. That feels awful. Or I'm really pretty good at this. That feels good. You know, I even said that when I wasn't very good at it. I knew I was getting better and better and better. In other words, just sort of tell them what your experience has been and understand that your job is not to satisfy them and make them feel better. Your job is to hold yourself in alignment, and if it helps them, good, and if it doesn't, good. Hold yourself in alignment because it'll help you, and if it helps them, good, and if it doesn't, that's just fine. Because they'll find someone that matches them. And if they're really complaining, of course they're not going to be happy with you. There's nothing worse than to be all down and despondent and discouraged and to meet some bright, happy, successful person. It's just the worst. But their inner being is going to stand there as that energy. And they might as well get used to some of it through you. Because if they don't find a way to make peace with your happiness, they're never going to find a way to make peace with their inner being who's always happy. You might want to say to them, if you really want to get their attention, you know, I never could understand why it bothers someone when someone wins. I've never thought of a teeny little finite pie. I think the pie is big enough for all of us. I think there's enough to go around for all of us. By my success, I'm not taking away anybody else's success. The market is way bigger than that. The playing field is way bigger than that. You're pinching yourself off, man, with your jealousy. Now, they're not going to want to hear it, and they're not going to hear it, and you're not going to be in the vortex anymore after you say it either.
I've done that before.